Hi there, welcome to the DIY yarn wrapped bottle tutorial from the hummingbirdcraftclub.com, and we're going to need some simple supplies. A bottle. This is a Starbucks cold coffee bottle, and you need it to be clean and dry. And I tried to get the sticker off of it, but I couldn't. But it's okay because we can still use it because it's going to be glue on it anyway. And that's the second thing you need, tacky glue or some kind of strong glue. I tried using, we're going to need scissors and a paintbrush to put the glue on, maybe if depends on what kind of glue you're using, and yarn. And I tried to use the Mod Podge to put the yarn on, and it didn't work at all. It just kind of made a sticky mess, and the yarn kept coming off. So we're going to start by putting glue on your bottle. And I'm just making a thick layer of glue all around the top of the bottle, and you can start from the top or the bottom. It's up to you, whichever one you like. I'm just putting some glue on, and it is kind of funky around the top of the bottle. It's very hard to get the yarn to stay on. So keep that in mind with whichever bottle type you're choosing to use, that the more indentions and curves and crevices it has, the harder it's going to be to wrap the yarn around. So I just start by taking the very end of the yarn and putting it over the glue at the very top, as close to the top as I can get it, and wrapping it around. And I'm turning the bottle as I'm wrapping it. I'm not pulling the yarn too hard because it'll come off of the glue because the glue is still wet. So you just want to kind of use your finger to push it down to where it's even on the top of the bottle so that it's not going over the bottle. And just keep wrapping it around and pull it a little bit tight, enough to where it's flat against the other side of the first strand of yarn that you put around already, but not so tight that you're pulling it off of the bottle. See, it's kind of funky up here because there's these little crevices on here, and I can't get it to stay where I want it. So just keep wrapping around little bits at a time. Take your time and make it pretty, and because you can do this really fast, but you'll have little holes and gaps through the yarn. Now sometimes it's going to be inevitable to have little gaps because of the way the bottle is shaped. And here I'm trying to use a paintbrush to see if I can move the yarn over a little bit, and it's not seeming to work because my finger is too thick to get in between where the lip of the bottle is, where the lid screws on. So I'm having a little bit of trouble there. So it's going to be a little bit, you can kind of see through it a little bit. And if the glue shows through, that's okay, because the glue will dry clear if you're using a clear drying glue, which hopefully you are. And this tacky glue that I'm using dries clear. So I'm just trying to, let me see if I can grab a paintbrush and see if I can push the yarn up a little bit. No, this paintbrush is too thick. It's not going to work. Yeah, you just kind of got to play with it a little bit. There we go. Just play with it a little bit to get the yarn where you want it. And what I'm doing here is I'm pushing it up over the top of the bottle, and then pushing it back down once I have the yarn where I want it. So it goes over the top of the bottle a little bit, but then I push it back down with my finger once the yarn is in the right place. To add some more glue. You're going to use a lot of glue for this project, and the more the better. And I think that school glue would probably work okay for this. It's as long as it's thick. Like I said, the Mod Podge did not work at all. You could use school glue or this tacky glue. You could use the clear Eileen's tacky glue as well. Jewelry glue would work. Okay, now I'm on the part where the lid closes, and it's like a line that's, you can kind of see it's raised. So I'm just putting one strand of yarn over that line, and then I'm going to put the other underneath it. Pulled it too much. Okay. I hope you guys can see this okay. My camera's kind of wonky sometimes. It doesn't focus like it should. I think with it's a Canon Rebel. You'd think with a Canon it would focus a lot better, but apparently not on videos. And this yarn I think I found this yarn at, I want to say Michael's. It was either Michael's or Hobby Lobby here in the US. It's really pretty color. It has a bunch of colors mixed in. It's really pretty. But you can find any yarn. This is just acrylic yarn. You can use cotton yarn. You can use any kind of yarn you have. You can use ribbon for this if you wanted to wrap ribbon around it. You could use that jute stuff. It's like a really thick, coarse yarn. It's not really a yarn, I guess. It's more of a string or rope, maybe. You could use rope too. Now it's starting to get easier now that I'm down where the bottle doesn't have any little raised parts, because it's pretty smooth from here towards the bottom. So now I'm going to start applying more glue, and I'm going to wrap this a little bit more so that you can see what I'm doing, and then after that I'll speed it up so you can still see me wrapping it for a while, and then after that I'll come back and show you what it looks like when it's dry and when it's all wrapped. So let's just keep wrapping around, keep adding your glue, pushing your string up towards the yarn that was above it so that it's evens it. Here I'm pushing it down a little bit. My yarn got tangled and I had to pull it, so okay. So I'm kind of just doing little bits at a time. I'm not rushing, and I'm not wrapping huge pieces of yarn at a time, because you want to be able to control where it goes. And with smaller pieces, you can control where it goes more. See, here I'm getting into the groove a little bit more of it. It really goes fast once you get towards the middle. Once you have some wrapped where it's not coming off, the yarn's not coming off. And I'm just turning the bottle with my opposite hand, and I'm left-handed, so I'm wrapping with my left hand and turning the bottle with my right hand. If you're right-handed, it would be the opposite. I'm really sorry about the dog barking, if you can hear that in the background. He is outside, and my neighbor is outside messing around, and he doesn't like him for some reason, so he barks every time he's out there. Okay, just keep wrapping and wrapping. This is a fun little project for a vase or any home decor where you're going to put something. You can put something dry in this, like sticks or feathers or anything like that, dried flowers. I think that as long as you don't get any water on the outside, I think it would be okay to put flowers in as well, because the glass bottle will hold the water well. You can also spray this with a waterproofing Krylon spray, or Krylon's a brand, but clear coat spray after you're done, after it's all dry. And that should protect it also if you want to use it as a flower vase for real flowers. Okay. Okay, let's put some more glue on. I love this tacky glue. I use it a lot. It works for almost every kind of craft that you can think of. And see, it does still have it has little stuff on it. It was clean, but it has the bottle was clean, but it has little stuff stuck to where the label was before. I couldn't get the label off completely. I tried scrubbing it a little bit with the back of the sponge, but it just wouldn't come off. So I'm just going to glue right over the top of it, and you won't even notice it. See, this colors on this yarn, it's all together. It's very pretty. You can also use separate yarns, cut off pieces, wrap around a color for, I don't know, like say for example for a 1/2 inch, and then cut that piece off and start another color where you cut that one off at, right at the edge, and start a new color for a 1/2 inch, and then do that. And you could also make it like different, like it fades into the next color. I think it's what's that called? Oh, the word is right on the tip of my tongue. Well, you know what I mean, where it goes from darker to lighter, and but it's the same color. Ombre, that's the word, ombre. I knew that word. Okay. All right, I'm gonna wrap a little bit more, and then I'm gonna go ahead and fast forward it for a little bit too, so you can see, so you don't have to watch me slowly wrap this all the way down. And then I will come back after it's wrapped a little bit more, and let you see the finished product, because I let this dry, and I have to voice over all my videos. I apologize. I have a lot of static and a lot of noise in the backgrounds. There's like this humming noise that I can't get rid of. I can't figure out where it's coming from. So I voice over most of my videos. Okay, let's fast forward it, and I will see you in a few minutes. Okay, I am back, and I've got the whole bottle wrapped, and it's pretty much dry. The bottom is still a little tiny bit wet, but this is the point where you would spray it when it was completely dry with a clear coat if you wanted to use it as a flower vase for real flowers. But I love these colors. They look really pretty. Thank you for joining me. And here's a picture of it with some flowers in it, and have a great day.